Hey everyone, welcome to Socialized. Now there's no word of the week this time, but don't get too disappointed. I'm sure someone will try to pass some awful bill dealing with abortion or rape soon, and we can get right back to millennial Sesame Street. So instead we have a concept, free speech. It's something that the elected officials in the Tennessee General Assembly do not seem to have a very good grasp on. See, they seem to think that free speech means equal speech, as in all viewpoints should be given equal time, no matter how awful. And oh, please, favorite hours anyway, if that's quite all right with you. See, it's an example that has so much evidence that a quick Google search has relevant results past page 1, a dark and scary land that you only go to when you're writing a research paper about international politics or trying to figure out what happened to Frankie Muniz. He's a band manager, by the way. Races cars sometimes, too. But let's leave Frankie in the dust. A couple weeks ago, the Tennessee Senate approved $450,000 for an intellectual diversity office on campus, an organization that would plan 4 programs a year that allow for the discussion and debate of societal and philosophical issues by presenters with differing views. Now, if that number of money sounds familiar to you, that's because it's the money that used to go to the Office of Diversity and Inclusion on campus, an organization with differing views than the state legislature that bothered them so much they gutted it over holiday party guidelines. Now, they have the gall to call this ideological masturbation the successor to that office. It's sick, because realistically, we know what this means. It means that the state legislature wants to bring conservative speakers to campus, they want to do it at the expense of making actual minorities feel included, and they're willing to put their money where their mouth is. Now, this is, of course, massively hypocritical. As we documented in previous videos, this legislature enjoys freedom for themselves and silence from everyone else. They are loyal to ideals until those ideals conflict with their desires. It's hilariously selfish. Now, I've said this all before, but I have some news for them. This office they want and the work they want it to do, it already happens, and I'm a part of it. See, organizations like Young Americans for Freedom bring at least 1 speaker to campus a year. College Republicans has what I would call a healthy Twitter presence and good relationships with Jeb Bush. Campus Events Board brings conservative speakers too. Just this semester, they've had Senator Scott Brown, an early and vocal Trump supporter, and Azra Nomani, another supporter of our Russophile-in-Chief. In fact, if you look at their speaker lineup overall this year, which you can do by going to Vollink, I'd venture to say that it actually leans conservative. And you know what? I was a part of picking that lineup. Me, a bleeding heart liberal over here. That's because I understand that this campus already has intellectual diversity. I see it every day and understand that not everyone thinks like me, and that they deserve to be both challenged in what they think and enjoy hearing someone who agrees with them. The mission statement of the Campus Events Board is to create an inclusive campus culture and to program for all students. And this intellectual diversity office the legislature wants already exists in a more honest form than anything politicians in Nashville pretend to want. Students formed it, and students work in it every day. The legislature wanted to kill CEB and all those events because of Sex Week a couple of years ago. They wanted all funding gone. Diversity wasn't what they wanted. Conformity was. Baby out with the bathwater, and no one has forgotten. I would encourage all state representatives interested in such an office to take a look at the great expression that already exists on campus. I would encourage them to use those funds not for something that already exists, but for an office that was extremely helpful last year and is desperately needed now. Thank you for watching.